Hi, I'm Adrienne Craighead.
And I'm Ben Wilson.
And Ben works for a company called Delivery Path, which is exactly why he is my question guy, or my answer guy, and I'm the question girl.
Question guy.
So the question that I have for you today has to do with Akismet, which I always thought it was like Akismet or something, but it's Akismet, and it has to do with
it's spelled Akismet.
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Ben, can you please install Akismet in my WordPress build? Yes. So Akismet is a plugin.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like a module that you plug into the functionality of WordPress.
Yes.
If you host your website with WordPress, you use WordPress as your publishing platform, you have plugins. Akismet is one that it comes by default. You get it by default.
Okay.
But if for some reason you didn't, or you removed it accidentally, you can just go to add new plugin or search for a plugin, Akismet, add.
And it's one I definitely want.
You definitely want it, and it's free.
That's bonus.
And I think it's made by the same people that make WordPress. So
okay.
It's made well, it runs great, and a lot of people use it. It's one of the most popular plugins in the WordPress community.
Okay, so I think that its popularity is definitely maybe not contested, but what does it do for me?
Okay, so maybe you've heard the buzzword comment spam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and anybody who has WordPress has probably experienced this in some degree or another. So you have a page or a post. I'm posting an article on my blog, and I've turned comments on, which let mom go on and say, "Oh, Ben, you did such a good job. I really liked that." Thanks, Mom. And so she'll put it on there. But, some guy from Ukraine is going to publish something about some cheap Chinese handbags.
Yes, absolutely.
And maybe there's language, maybe there's links to these bad sites, maybe there's links to download viruses.
Or my competitors.
Or to your competitors. There's just bad stuff in there. And so Akismet is a smart little engine that has an algorithm that can detect if that comment spam that's being written on your blog post is legit or not. Mm-hmm. And it automatically puts it in the spam folder, automatically trashes it.
Okay.
And it's gone. It never shows up on your website, and it doesn't chew up space on your hosting site. It doesn't chew up more, sure, it's a little bit of space in your database, but you store a couple 100,000 of these comment spam records, and your database grows in size.
And if my database is too big, doesn't that make my website run slower?
To a degree, yes. It's a very subtle. And some database people are going to write me hate mail about this, but because I don't want to get too technical. But when you have a lot of junk in a database, and maybe the database isn't optimized or running as efficiently as it could be, your site may be impacted in one form or another. Speed is one of those. Also, how long it takes to do the backup.
Very true, and then my backups could be huge.
That's right, and your backup will get huge. How much space is on how much resources are used on the server that's storing all those backups? Maybe I can't back up as often because my file size is so large from the backups. Well, that's kind of a stinker. Yeah. So one of the settings that you'll want to turn on when you set up Akismet is auto trash. There's a checkbox in there. Automatically trash the spam so I never see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there was another setting you told me to set up. Is this in Akismet or in WordPress? But you said make the comments where...
Yeah, it's in WordPress. So what you're going to want to do is go into settings, and there's a comments section in there. And I'm not sure how far down the page it is, but there's a checkbox in there. It says, don't show comments unless they've been manually approved.
Got it.
So when Mom goes in there and puts her comment on, I'll get notified next time I log in, or I'll get an email. And, so I'll just log in. I approve Mom's comment.
Yes.
But if someone does post something and Akismet doesn't catch it as comment spam, I'll get notified. Stinker. And I'll just flag it as spam. Akismet will learn from that too. But if it is someone legitimate, maybe you post something on Delivery Path where this video is being watched, I'll see it and I can just approve it as a legit comment. There's really not too many false positives with Akismet, but every once in a while they happen.
Okay.
And it's good to log in and check it out from time to time. Another reason why, and this is probably the question you're about to ask, is the reputation
Yes.
with Google. Yeah.
So if I have tons and tons of spam, I might think, wow, that makes my website look really popular. Everybody from all over the world is posting on my website.
Wrong, right. So Google picks up on that. Google realizes that when it indexes your site, it sees all these Cialis ads and cheap Chinese handbags ads, and it realizes, A, your site's probably been hacked, and the quality of the content on your site is poor. So it's going to rank your site lower, which goes against all that money you spent on your SEO, right? So it's going to rank your site lower, and when you're doing a Google search and the results come up, it might say, what does it say? I think it says this site has been hacked, or there's this
maybe compromised.
at risk. I don't want to go visit a website that Google's telling me I might get a virus when I go visit it.
Right.
So you want to make sure your site's secure, and you want to make sure you throttle that comment spam. Using Akismet is one way to do that. So prevent the problem before it becomes one.
I'm so glad you were here to tell me what Akismet was all about. Thanks for clearing that up.
Happy to help.
See you next time.
All right, bye-bye.